It's time for real talk and empowering conversations that matter to our chapter, our community, and for our legacy. Based on Delta Sigma Theta's 5-point programmatic thrust, it's time for DST Dialogues with your host, Jazmin Watson.
Welcome to Montgomery, Alabama Alumni Chapter's MAC DST Dialogue, where we are connecting the community with meaningful conversations and highlighting Delta Sigma Theta Sororities Incorporated 5 programmatic thrust. In this episode, Sister Circles and Healing Spaces, Power of Support, we'll be talking with Dr. Tammy McCurry, a licensed marriage and family therapist, author, speaker, mental health advocate, and Chief Executive Officer of Confidential Consultants, LLC. We'll explore why rest and a meaningful connection is critical for a woman's physical and mental health. Thank you for joining us, Dr. McCurry.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so from our roots of resilience, and Black women have been burdened with feelings of being strong, and we have to support everyone in our family. We have to survive in the world that we're living in today. Our worth is often connected with labor. In what ways do you think this kind of thinking leads to disconnection, exhaustion, mental health exhaustion, and burnout?
That is a wonderful question. Because, well, first let's start with why we got there.
Right.
And I believe we got there because as a group, as a people, we have had to feel like we had to be more than everybody else. So we have to get up earlier. We have to stay up later. We have to be everything to everybody. And because of that, we feel like if we rest, we're doing something wrong. Right? So our ancestors came from a place of surviving, but not thriving. And so we have the opportunity to start to thrive, but we also have to learn how to rest. And one of the reasons, or one of the ways we can do that, is just kind of taking a step back and looking at how all the things we're doing, I like to call it the Superwoman syndrome. And in the Superwoman syndrome, we get up in the mornings and we put on our cape and we put on our mask, right? Because we have to let the world think that we have it all together. And so we put all of those things on and we go out to the world, we face the world, we are everything to everybody. We come home, we still have to be mamas, we have to be wives, we have to be teachers, all of those things when we get to the house. And by the time we get everybody to bed, we still have other things to do, but we don't feel like we can rest. So we go in this cycle and we keep doing this cycle, and then one day our bodies say, guess what? I tried to warn you. And then we see things like heart attacks and strokes and panic attacks. And all of those are mental health issues that kind of spew out of the fact that we don't give ourselves an opportunity to rest. So it's important for us to recognize those things ahead of time. And how we do that for each other is that we start to say, girl, when the last time you took a break? When the last time you took a mental health day? It's okay to take a mental health day from work, right? To just give yourself the opportunity. Don't put anything on your calendar, but just take a day of rest. And you know, if I were to go Bible for a minute, even Jesus still the way to rest. But for us as Black women, we struggle with that concept.
Yeah, and so you mentioned a phrase like, girl, when have you taken some time for yourself? When have you had an opportunity to have a mental health day? A lot of times we stand in this feeling of, oh, I have to be strong, I have to be resilient. And it's hard for us to really connect with our friends, our family members, intimate relationships. We look at it as a sign of weakness to really lean on the people within our circles. And so I'm wondering, how are meaningful connections with other women just as important as a way to resolve this mental health around being overwhelmed and having that mental exhaustion? What can relationships with other women do to really support this?
Okay, as I sit in the Delta house today, this is one of the things we can do. We can connect with our tribe, right? We can find women who are like us, business women who don't feel like they can say to those around them in their workplace, I need a break. But there is a sister who I can say, hey, look, I'm about to crash out. And that sister understands the language. And that sister's gonna say, girl, let's go out for dinner. Girl, I'll get the kids tonight, you just rest. Or whatever it is, let's go out for a movie. Because sometimes you just need to get away from your cell phone, from your family, from all of those things. And the reason why it's important to find your village, your tribe, is because everybody in your circle will not be in your tribe.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, everybody in your circle will not be in your tribe.
Yeah.
Because some people are in your circle because they want to be close to you because they need to pull from what you have.
Right.
Whereas those who are in your tribe are there to try to fight with you. They're fighting for you and they're fighting with you. And so you got to know the difference, right? So I think it was last year in January, I made a statement for myself, and I said to my family, I said to my friends, I said to everybody who was close to me, this is the year that I declare that I'm going to protect my peace. And how I did that was there were things that I was doing for other people that were not being reciprocated. So I realized that I was crossing rivers for people who would not cross the street for me.
Right.
I was going to everything, I was being everywhere, and I thought that made me an amazing black woman. But what I realized, it made me a really tired black woman. And when I got tired, I looked around and I didn't see people to hold my arms up. I didn't see people who would, there were people who saw me be tired and still wanted something from me. So I realized that it is our duty to first be true to ourselves. And how do we do that? Is sometimes you say no. No is a complete sentence. Period. Like, yep, no. I don't have to explain to you why I don't want to come to the event.
Right.
I don't have to explain to you why I'm going to go home after work and go take me a nap. I don't have to explain to you why I'm going to leave in the middle of the day, go home, eat me a sandwich, and get in my bed before everything happens at home. I don't owe you an explanation. And that is where we struggle, is that we feel like, and we've been taught that we should give an explanation for everything that we don't do. And so it is imperative to have a sister that says, you don't even have to explain it. I could see it in your eyes.
Right. I get it. I feel you. I understand where you're coming from because I too have been there before. And so what are some skills that a sister can have in order to show they care for their sister? What are some skills? Because when you want to foster a relationship, and like you said, you never want to find yourself in a situation where you're giving more than you're receiving from the people that you think that are in your tribe. So what are some skills that people can hone in on when they're trying to foster these relationships?
I think the first thing is understanding that we should not be in competition, but we should be collaborating. And so if I'm in competition with you, I'm not looking to see what you may need. I'm not looking to see if you're tired. I'm trying to make sure I stay one step ahead of you.
Right.
I'm trying to make sure that if there's a contract out there, I'm not looking at the fact that maybe you get the contract and you call me to collaborate with you. I feel like I got to have it all because that's how I was trained. That's all I know, right? So changing our mindsets is the first thing. I think once we change our mindsets and begin to understand that this is my sister, and even if I don't get it, whatever it is, if I could help her, if I could push her, if I could pray for her, then I am then being what she needs in this season of her life. So that would be the first thing. And then being able to listen and be present, because a lot of times we are we can be in a crowded room and feel like we are invisible.
Yeah.
And that's because people don't see us anymore. We don't see people. You know, we don't see what it took for that sister to get up and get dressed and put her makeup on to come to this event. She might have left a house where she had just gotten cursed out or screaming babies or whatever, but she showed up. Sometimes it's good to just be able to say, girl, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up, because I don't know what it took for you to show up. And I think that once we realize, don't take advantage of people being present. Don't take advantage of or take for granted people showing up. Because sometimes, especially now, it takes a lot for people to show up. Another thing is invite your sister to a retreat. You know, like we have to get back to teaching each other how to steal away.
Right.
So when you find a space where it's been a great opportunity or a great experience for you, invite a sister the next time you go, right? And shameless plug, if you got a therapist, tell your sister.
Yeah.
It's okay not to be okay, right? It is okay not to be okay. And girl, listen, I got somebody I talk to so that when that they don't judge me, they're not looking for anything, I can go for an hour, my phone has to be off. And so if how I get my peace is to go see my therapist, that's how I get my peace right now. And then I can use that to maybe help a younger person so that they don't have to go through the struggle of feeling like they gotta be super women. Because we can show them, hey, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay. Weakness is not that you take a break.
Right.
That's actually the strength.
Yeah.
Strength is when I recognize that I'm tired and then I take a break and not push myself to a place of exhaustion or push myself to a place of physical limitations, heart attack, stroke, things like that.
We'll have more of our conversation, Sister Circles and Healing Spaces, the Power of Support, with Dr. Tammy McCurry, right after the break. Just in time for the holiday season. Download your copy of the Black Business Directory and shop and do business with more than 300 Black-owned businesses across the River region this holiday season and beyond. You can download your copy at www.montgomeryalumni.org. Vivian Whiting personifies what it is to be a servant leader. A 32-year veteran music educator, published author, pastor, and a 2024 recipient of President Joe Biden's Lifetime Achievement Award for volunteer service. Vivian has inspired generations through her teaching, ministry, and community service. Over her remarkable career as a music educator at Forest Avenue Academic Magnet School, she made invaluable contributions to her profession, including authoring the state of Alabama's elementary music course of study and securing grants that expanded and enriched music programs. As a minister of the gospel, she co-pastors alongside her husband at Resurrection Missionary Baptist Church in Montgomery, faithfully carrying out the work God entrusted to her. She's authored the title, It's Under the Blood, a devotional guide designed to draw readers into deeper intimacy with God. As a 5-year cancer survivor, she also shares her testimony of divine healing and is a much sought-after speaker for women's conferences and ministry events. As a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, initiated into the Montgomery, Alabama Alumni Chapter in 2005, Vivian has served with excellence in a wide range of roles, including Chair and Co-Chair of Delta Academy and Delta Gyms, Chaplains Council, Creme de la Creme Chair, Community Outreach Committee, and is the current chapter chaplain. Her work reflects her life's philosophy: serve with purpose, lead with love, and uplift every life you touch. That's why Vivian Whiting is our Sisterhood Spotlight.
And so I know that you spoke about it's okay to get professional help. And you could go outside of those circles that is your tribe, but sometimes you need someone to have that unbiased feedback. So can you share any resources that women can take advantage of when they really find themselves ready to receive that help?
Absolutely. So let me say this. I want to say that self-care is the best care.
Yeah.
Let's start there. One of the things I tell my clients a lot is, what do you do for self-care? Like, what do you do? You know, oh, I go get my nails done, I get my hair done. Well, that's great. But when you're there, are you on your phone? Because that's not disconnecting, right?
Right.
But finding those things that you can do that will rejuvenate you, will allow you a time of rest. As far as resources, Psychology Today has every therapist that's registered. You'll see therapists that look like you, that don't look like you. You can find Christian therapists, non-Christian, whatever you're looking for. It's just a matter of going out there and searching for what you need, because everybody, that I'm a believer that every therapist is not for everybody.
Right.
And I believe, just like anything else, you have to shop around to find the one that fits you. That's why in my practice, we do 15-minute free consultations, because I don't want to waste your time and I don't have time for you to waste my time. Right. So I want to know that we're a good fit. And if we're not, then I refer you to someone else. Because again, because there's no competition, I'm helping another sister out, right? So then the other thing is recognizing that sometimes our anxieties and depression, because those are real, mental health is real. Sometimes you have to go to your primary care doctor and just say, hey, I need something to help me. I'm going through this phase right now and I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I'm in a rut. I listen for those kind of words, and when I hear those in my clients, I say, listen, when's the last time you had a physical? When's the last time you went to your doctor? Because again, getting help is not a sign of weakness. Taking medication is not a sign of weakness. We have to do what we have to do to get us back to a place of knowing who we are. Because a lot of times we do so much for everybody else, we lose ourselves. And so I'm going to encourage everyone who listens to this to find themselves again. And we first find ourselves in rest, because when I'm resting, my mind is clearer, I'm more focused, I am allowing myself, my body, my physical body, the opportunity to rejuvenate. Because if I don't do that, you know, a lot of times we say things like, well, my kids, I don't know what my kids would do without me. Yeah. You don't want to find out because you're not there.
Right.
Not that you don't want to be there, but that you're not there. So we have to take the time. And taking the time doesn't make us selfish. It doesn't make us not being attuned to the things around us. It makes us very mature in the fact that we have to do what it takes to stay here as long as the Lord will allow us to.
Amen. And I think that your point of saying that the challenge today is to find yourself again really ties into something that even this week God spoke to me, as far as, are you going through the motions or are you really living, right? And in living, rest is a part of that. And you opened this up by emphasizing that rest is a gift that the Lord himself given us.
Yes.
And so today we discuss how rest is important, but not only connecting with the sisters that you have in your life, and creating that tribe, and taking notice of when you have a circle but they're not in your tribe.
They're not the tribe.
These are all things, right? These are all things that we can carry with us, and I really want to tell you thank you so much, Dr. McCurry. So I will encourage you all to find a therapist, connect with the resources that Dr. McCurry has shared with us, and we appreciate you for tuning in on this discussion around sisterhood and healing spaces and the power of support. Thank you for tuning in to MAC-DST Dialogue. For more information about our chapter's events and activities, visit our website at MontgomeryAlumnaeDST.org. To like and follow and share Montgomery Alumni Chapter on Facebook and Instagram, and also YouTube.
Got a story idea you think we'd like to feature on MAC-DST Dialogues? Email your ideas to corresponding secretary at MontgomeryAlumni.org, or visit the MAC-DST Dialogue show page on the Montgomery, Alabama Alumni Chapter website at MontgomeryAlumni.org.